Very good day, guys. Welcome back again. I am your host, Dr. Sachin Yadav. I hope you are doing well wherever you are present now. So, today in this video, we are going to learn about the clinical anatomy of the cervical vertebrae. So, can we start now? Very good. So, first, we'll see that this is the seventh cervical vertebra and this is the costal element of this vertebra. So, sometimes it may get enlarged to form the cervical rib. The 12 pairs of the rib in the thoracic cage, which are present in arising from thoracic vertebrae. So from the 7th cervical vertebra, that costal element can enlarge to give cervical rib. So this additional rib from the C7 vertebra get attached usually to the first rib near the insertion of the scalenus anterior, that is the scalenary tubercle. And if this rib is more than 5 cm long, it is said that it usually displaces the brachial plexus and the subclavian artery upwards. So due to this upward displacement, it can lead to the tingling pain along the inner aspect of the forearm and hand, involving the weakness and even sometimes the paralysis of the muscles of the palm. So that much effect of this C7 rib can occur. Then the intervertebral foramina of the cervical vertebrae, these are lying anterior to the joints between articular processes. So there may be arthritis of this joint leading to some changes forming the osteophytes. So these osteophytes may compress anteriorly on the cervical spinal nerve, leading to the pain along the course and distribution of these nerves. That is radiculopathy. Then the joints in the lateral parts of the adjacent body of the cervical vertebrae are called disca joints. So if the osteophytes are present there, which is commonly happening, so cervical nerve roots lying posterolateral to these joints may get compressed, leading again for the pain along their distribution, that is again radiculopathy. Then vertebral artery, which is traversing, that is second part, traversing through the foramen of transversarium. So this is lying lateral to the joints. The osteophytes of these disca joints may cause the distortion of the vertebral artery, leading to the vertebrobasilar insufficiency. Okay, means cranial cavity, the brain blood supply on the posterior aspect from vertebrobasilar part. So that insufficiency can lead to the vertigo and dizziness. So that much effect can occur. And the prolapse of the intervertebral disc, that is commonly known as the disc has been slipped, that is the intervertebral disc prolapse. So it can occur at the junction at different curvature, and this is common on the lower cervical part and the upper lumbar vertebral region. So in the cervical region, if it is happening, so it mainly involve above or below the 6th cervical vertebra. So nerve roots affected are mainly 6th and the 7th cervical spinal nerves. So there may be the pain and numbness along the lateral side of the forearm and the hand. And there may be the wasting of the muscle of the thinner eminence in the palm. Okay. And more important, the capital punishment in India, that is judicial hanging. So during the judicial hanging, the odontite process or the dens of the second cervical vertebra, it usually breaks to hit upon the vital centers of the medulla oblongata. So death in the judicial hanging is occurring due to this fracture of the dens compressing on the medulla oblongata vital centers. Okay, then at last, if it gets fused with the occipital bone, then this condition is known as the occipitalization of the atlas. So in that condition, it can be corrected by the surgical decompression. Okay, so that it should not affect the spinal cord. And sometimes if there is a pharyngeal or retropharyngeal inflammation, means these are present anterior to the cervical spine. So this inflammation can lead to the decalcification of the atlas vertebra. So this can lead to the loosening of the attachment of the transverse ligament. So again it can displace the dens, okay, toward the posterior side, leading to the death, sudden death. And the fracture of the skull, if it is happening, it can get depressed, okay, or linear or basilar. And there is a term known as the hangman's fracture. So it occurs due to the fracture of the pedicles of the axis vertebra where the vertebral canal gets enlarged and the spinal cord does not get pressed. Okay guys, so this was about the applied aspect of the cervical spine or the cervical vertebra. So hope you understood it well. So please keep it revised, everything you have learned. Okay, so we will meet next time again in the videos like this. Till then, thank you very much. Goodbye.